the legal team representing many of those who say they were victims of Jimmy Saville, and he's here now. What do you think should happen if the CPS isn't confident it can get a conviction?
I think there are systemic failings which impact on what is the core issue here, and the core issue is how do we protect those that are vulnerable in our society, young children in particular, that may fall foul of individuals such as Jimmy Saville. And the reality is that whilst there are protections in place, the criminal justice system, as it seeks to prosecute, there is a requirement, of course, that the evidence be of a certain level of probity, that there will be a conviction. And in the absence of a conviction, the information is not then shared with other agencies and organisations.
Do you really want to live in a society where big organisations like the police or the CPS or whoever pass on tittle-tattle? Is that what you want?
No, and that wasn't the point that I was...
That could be, because if it won't stand up in court, it's not a provable case in the judgment of the prosecuting authorities.
That wasn't the point that I was making. I don't think it's the point that was being made by the Prime Minister when he recommended this review. The point is this: how do we ensure that young and vulnerable people in our society, particularly children, do not fall foul of the evil acts of paedophiles, for example?
That is the key issue everybody wants to protect.
And in the absence of a conviction, which may well arise from the fact that the very victims, young, vulnerable children, feel unable to come forwards, feel unable to give evidence, which is yet a further trauma, a layer of trauma upon trauma upon trauma of the abuse and invasion that they will have suffered. As a result of that, it may not be possible to secure a conviction. Yet, those allegations levied against a potential or alleged paedophile may well have some credibility, and probably will have.
Okay, you've used the word allege, you've used the word may. That's the key thing here, isn't it? They could be, setups.
The issue is this: if there is not successful conviction, what happens to the information? Does it get filed away and never seen again? My view is this: that information should potentially be reactivated in the event there are subsequent allegations made against that individual which are of a similar type. So, for example, if there are allegations made in respect of someone being a paedophile, but there is not a successful conviction, and then subsequently there are allegations made of a similar type, there should be some reactivation of that original evidence, original information.
Don't the police do that anyway?
There is a real systemic failure problem here because the information is not shared, and this is the point of this discussion. When there is an unsuccessful conviction, the information is not shared through the agencies in an appropriate way so that we can be satisfied that those vulnerable people will not fall foul of abuse.
Thank you very much. Now, it's something that